Hey everybody, how's it going? It's a Daily Shooter, and today I've got another review from WOWTAC. This is their A2S headlamp. You might remember the last flashlight that I reviewed from them was actually their A2 headlamp, and I thought this was one of the best values in flashlights that was on the market today because it's 550 lumens, has multiple modes, comes with the headgear and everything else you would need. You can deep EDC carry this thing, and it was only about 20 bucks. So I thought, I mean, for what you're getting here, you know, with the waterproof and all the great features you get in the service from ThruNite, I thought, what a great flashlight. Well, this is 550 lumens. The WOWTAC A2S headlamp is 1050 lumens, so just about twice the amount of output and only $10 more. It's about $29, I think $29.99, something like that right now. And I'll put a link in the description box. But yeah, over 1,000 lumens for just under 30 bucks. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. It's a pretty cool little flashlight. Now, before we take a closer look at the flashlight and some of the contents of the box, I do want to address a question that I've gotten a couple times on some of my recent flashlight videos, and that is, why do you still do flashlight reviews when you're primarily a gun channel? Well, you got to remember, I personally, and I think I've said this in the past, I think flashlights are one of the best security tools that you can have. You can use them for EDC, you can use them for home defense and self-defense. They're great for identifying a target, figuring out whether or not a target is a threat or not. I mean, these are great tools to have on you, and flashlights should not be overlooked as an essential part of your self-defense portfolio. I think flashlights are absolutely great tools. Now, as we go ahead and we take a closer look at the flashlight and the contents of the box here, you can see that it does come with a micro USB cord, and that is because this has one of the most unique charging systems of any flashlight that's on the market today. And we'll go ahead and we'll take a closer look at that in just a second here. It does come with a spare O-ring, so if you ever need to use a spare O-ring or switch that other O-ring out, you have that extra one, which is nice. I just kind of put these in a drawer, and if I ever need to, you know, access them, I can have those all in one spot. We have our flashlight, which is, again, identical to the A2. The only difference between the two flashlights is going to be the output, okay? Both run off 18650s. Both pretty much are identical, you know, on the exterior, but they do provide you different, you know, different amounts of light through the different mode setups, and I'll go through the different modes here. Again, 1050 lumens on this one. Now, another thing that you get is this headgear, and this headgear is actually really nice, very comfortable. Not only does it have the side straps which go around your head, it also has this top strap, which I feel that kind of holds the flashlight in place better than just having this around there, where you feel like you kind of have to tighten it up kind of extra in order to get you know, a good hold on your head where it's not going to slip. And then this little top strap right here, which is pretty nice. Now, here's one of the things. I love using these for building my 80% lowers. You guys know that I use a lot of 80% lowers. I like to mill them out. It's kind of a hobby of mine. It's fun. And I always use a headlamp when I'm doing that because I got to see underneath the router, underneath my drill bits. So headlamps are something that I have a lot of experience with, and I like to use them quite a bit, especially with the versatility of today's flashlights. You can go from several different mode settings, from the very small Firefly, which is only 0.3 lumens up to 1050. So you do have kind of a wide range. We'll go over that different range there. But first I want to show you guys the battery. Again, this is something that I think is, you know, it's one of the coolest features here. So we'll go ahead and we'll take it out. And again, it kind of adds to the overall value too, because you get the flashlight, you get the headgear, you get the battery, I mean, you get the USB cable, all this for about 30 bucks. And this is kind of a high-end flashlight. This is not something cheap that you would find at Walmart. This is a really nice flashlight that's waterproof and everything. But here's the 18650. You can see here that it kind of has this picture of a USB cable, and that is because this thing actually charges through the battery. So you plug in your micro USB right here. A little light indicator comes up right around here somewhere, and it's red when it's charging. It turns green when the battery is done charging, and then you just go ahead and pop it right back in your flashlight, and you're good to go. So you don't need to worry about buying an extra battery charger, which was one of my things. It was kind of one of my hang-ups when I saw a lot of these flashlights coming out. Before I invested in the first one that I had, I was thinking about, you know, 18650s. I don't want to have to keep buying them. I don't have to spend another $20 or $40 or $50 on a charger. Well, if you buy this flashlight, you don't need a charger. It comes with a USB cable. Plug it in your car, plug it in your computer, plug the battery in wherever you want that you know, accepts USB, and you can charge up your flashlight. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this thing outside so I can show you guys the modes. We'll talk about exactly how long they run and how bright they get. And we'll start off by going over the lowest mode, which is, again, Firefly. Firefly is 0.3 lumens, and it runs for 59 days. Now, for those of you that are out there that are thinking, 0.3 lumens is not a usable amount of light, 0.3 lumens is actually a great amount of light. It works fine, and if you're in an emergency situation where maybe you don't have power or a way to charge the battery, this is a great way to extend that battery life to almost 2 months, which is absolutely incredible. You have low, which is 24 lumens. That runs for 4 days, which is cool. Medium, 126 lumens for 14 hours, 14.7 hours actually. High, which is 420 lumens, and 420 lumens lasts for 4.5 hours. And then you have Turbo. Turbo is 1050 lumens, which lasts for 2.7 hours, which is still really, really good. It also has SOS. The SOS runs on high, which is, again, 1050 lumens, and the SOS is pretty cool. So there's different ways to do this. Basically, all you have to do is, if you want Firefly, if the flashlight's off, just hold the button down for a few seconds. Once you hold it down for that extended period of time, it'll just pop right into Firefly mode. Once you want to use the standard modes, you just go ahead and click the button, and then to go through the modes, once the flashlight's on, you just hold it down. It'll go low, medium, high, and just kind of cycle through. And then when you get to Turbo, what you want to do is just from any one of the settings, just double click. Once you double click, it'll take you to Turbo, and then again, a second double click will take you to that SOS. So that's how you would use the flashlight. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's got a lot of settings on it. It's IPX7 waterproof, which is, about 1 meter, so 3 feet for, decent period of time. It's impact resistant, 1.5 meters, so it's pretty much just like your standard flashlight in this category. It's pretty strong. It uses the new Cree XP LV6 LED, which has a lifespan that's like over 20 years or something like that. And again, it uses the 18650 battery. So it's a pretty cool setup. Very nice. Again, really high value. It gives you a lot of light, not too much of a hot spot. This is, again, since it's a headlight and does not have that real deep reflector on it, it gives you more of a flood pattern, which is good because if you're going to have this thing on your head, you want it to get a lot of your peripheral vision. So having a deep lens wouldn't really work with this. You want something that has a little bit more flood so that it will, fill your workspace with light instead of blinding you in one little central hotspot. Now, as you take a look at the flashlight from this angle, one of the things I want to point out is how well they centered the LED. That's actually a very important part of getting all of the power out of your flashlight. So you can see there where you get that yellow reflection all the way around the reflector. That yellow reflection right there kind of shows you how well centered that is. Also, extremely clear glass. We have a really nice smooth reflector. The bezel is set back just a bit, so if you kind of bump into things, you're not going to break that glass. It's got really nice glass on it. The button is right here located on the side, so it does have some texturing to it. It's really easy to get to, especially when it's on your head. You just put your thumb right around and click through your modes, no problem right there. You see our WOWTAC A2S right there. And then we'll go ahead and we'll flip this over. There's some other information on the side if you guys want to see that. And yeah, so what we have here also is a little bit of checkering on the barrel. You can see here that it's fairly smooth. It's type 3 hard anodized coating, which is really nice. That coating is going to last you for a while. And I can tell you that EDCing some of these flashlights, as a matter of fact, for a long period of time, that coating will last you for a bit. So if you're somebody who wants a nice flashlight and you don't really want to invest too much, this is definitely something to look at. Again, it's a really good flashlight for not a lot of money, and it comes with everything that you're going to need. You don't have to buy anything extra or invest anything else. You just buy the flashlight, and with that, you get an EDC flashlight, you get a headlamp. So it's a really cool investment, I think. Personally, this is very cool. Plus, they also have their customer support through ThruNite. And I think that's, kind of a bonus as well, because ThruNite is kind of a premium flashlight manufacturer, and that you're getting supported by a good flashlight company. So definitely something that I think is a bonus there. Anyway, again, this is the WOWTAC A2S. Definitely take a look at the description box. Click on that link if you'd be interested. And you guys have a great day.